Today I'm going to show you how to set up PowerUp Android on Android Studio and how to run it on an emulator. PowerUp Android is an app made by the Sisters organization to teach girls aged 12 to 14 years old about the female reproductive system and about female empowerment through game scenarios. As I go through this video, you can follow what I do through this document, where I logged all of the steps that I do, and also some errors that I encounter. If you ever get stuck, you can look here, or you can just look at this document. Okay, that makes sense. The first step is to download Android Studio. Android Studio is where we will run the PowerUp app. And you can also use this to edit the code and to use the emulator, where we will run PowerUp Android. If you don't already have Android Studio, you can download it here. To download Android Studio, you just click here for Mac, but for other computers, you have to go down, or there are other options. Once you finish downloading Android Studio, we need to go to the Sisters PowerUp Android repository on GitHub. This contains all the files needed for the PowerUp Android app. Now we cannot just download here, we need to fork our own version. Forking our own version means that we have now our own copy of the PowerUp Android where we can make our own edits. If you don't see something that looks like this is because you have not signed in or signed up for GitHub. Once you've signed up for GitHub, you should see something like this. Now we can clone or download. So just copy this link and go to your terminal. All computers have your terminal, so you don't need to download anything. However, if you're a Windows user, you do need to download Git for Windows, or else the next steps will not work. Otherwise, you can go straight to your terminal. On your terminal, first go to where you would like to download your forked repository. So in this case, I would like to go to my desktop. Then I can type in git clone and paste in the link that we copied earlier. Once you enter, you should see something that looks like this. Downloading usually takes a while, so I will speed up this part of the video. Now that we've cloned PowerUp Android onto our computer, I should see this folder on my desktop, which is here. So if I move my terminal, it's right here. I can just check if I have all of the documents that are needed, and I think I pretty much do. And now I should check that if it's connected. So to do that, I can just go to the folder and check its status to see if there's anything. So it says that I'm an Origin developer. This is great. I know that it's connected on GitHub, but I need the branch to be Google Summer of Code 17 because that is where we'll be doing most of our edits. And it should go to this branch here. That's great. Now we can go to our Android Studio. On Android Studio, we need to make a new project. However, because we already have the files, we need to import it. Now we have to locate PowerUp Android over here. We go to our desktop, PowerUp Android, PowerUp, and click on Build Gradle. This also takes quite a while, but does not take as long as the downloading of PowerUp Android does. Once you set up PowerUp Android, you sometimes see a lot of errors. In this case, we can search up what they are and how to solve them on using Google search or Stack Overflow. So in this case, the problem here, if you ever get this issue, is just updating the build Gradle. Let's go to the build Gradle and type in instead here. So now we can build again, and let's see if this works. Okay, so this Stack Overflow says that it'll say this again, and In this case, we can just click this. And a new error will say this happens. So let's see if that happens actually. Once this comes up, just click that. So now everything works. The last thing that you need to do is to run this on an emulator. To do that, we just need to click here on Run App and pick an emulator. I usually pick this one, but if you don't have any emulators over here on available virtual devices, you can just click Create New Virtual Device and you can pick any kind of emulator you would like. The first time you run an emulator, the Android sign will show up and it'll take a while to turn on. But after the first time, when there's a dot on the play button, you'll be able to do it without these interruptions. Now that you have it running, you can try it out and see if it's working. It seems to be working fine for me. But if you get any errors either way, you can edit the files here, because Android Studio is also to edit the document. So that's all for today. I hope you were able to figure out how to set up, install, and run the PowerUp Android app on Android Studio on your computer.